Hello, loyal follower of my YouTube channel. I am the newly dubbed Pineapple Taco. I changed over my uh, YouTube name to Pineapple Taco to reflect my Xbox name because there's a funny story behind it, but I'm not going to tell that one in public. I've told some interesting stories in public already, but that story's not going to go public. Anyway, what I have here today is the first placement match I have for Season 5 of Overwatch. I've been streaming on Mixer and I'm taking the VODs from, saving the VODs on Mixer and taking them and downloading them after that. So I'm not quite sure how the video quality is going to turn out. I know for sure that I don't have any sound on this video for some reason, so hopefully after game 5 that'll be a little bit different. I think after game 5 I turned on party chat, so of the 2 or 3 people who are in the lobby after game 5 you'll be able to hear them, or at least a majority of us. One of us has privacy settings changed a little bit, so you won't be able to hear him, um, and for his own privacy sake. But as it goes, I'll be uploading all 10 of these placement matches to hopefully get a playlist going, maybe get like 2 regular viewers, and hopefully it's something that's a little bit interesting because placement matches are always a little. I don't want to say nerve wracking, but they're always interesting because you never quite know who you're gonna get. But in this first match, I got an extraordinary team. Uh, I can't say a single bad thing about anyone who was in this first match. Um, my team just pretty much destroyed, and I just kind of filled the role. But somehow I turned out to have a much better score than I really anticipated. I think I checked the medal count after round 1, and then at the end of it, and I remember feeling like I hadn't contributed nearly as much as I did for this first game. So I thought it'd be an interesting upload to do. I know I talked about this in a previous video about what I want to do with the channel, and I wanted to have some degree of control over the kind of content I post, which is what makes Friday the 13th really difficult. And as much as I enjoy the game, and a lot of funny things happen in that, it's a more of a challenge to get quality footage for that. And I don't want to just post me dying in the first 2 or 3 minutes and then finish off the full game. And I don't want to splice together a bunch of deaths unnecessarily just because I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's any real value to that. Um, for my personal sake, maybe I could do some kind of joking montage about all the hilarious ways I die, but there's just not a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of variability, but there's not a whole lot of. I think after one run through, I pretty much run out of interesting ways to die. And the only way I could possibly get enough for that kind of a montage would be to save and capture footage constantly. And I just really don't feel like doing that. So, as much as I like to get Friday the 13th up, I do want more control over the footage itself, so that I can personally influence it and make it interesting, visually interesting to look at. And I've been running back and forth between all the different games that I've been uploading in the last week and a half, 2 weeks that I've started uploading again. But with that in mind, that I want more control over it, I'm gonna be doing the Overwatch placement matches, like I said, and I'll do more ranked games, as they come along after these 10 games get uploaded, probably over the next couple weeks. Other than that, I do want to stick to single player games. I'm thinking I might do 1 or 2 Vanquish games, but I think that's probably something that's more enjoyable for myself to do in kind of my private time. But the one game that I'm actually looking forward to playing again and posting footage for is State of Decay. I played it a couple years ago. I remember really enjoying the game, but I never quite finished it for some reason. excuse me, and I don't think I even made it halfway through the entire game before I'm not quite sure why I quit, but I do know that I did, and I'd like to go back and do a little bit more of that, especially with the sequel coming out. I'm hopeful that some of the things that I missed the first time around, some of the little nuances, that I'm able to get them. I'm able to understand them better when I actually put my brain into thinking that way. So State of Decay is definitely going to come. I'll probably try and get a little bit of footage this weekend. I don't know when that will be posted because I want to focus on the Overwatch games, and I don't want to post multiple games in one recording because this was a very quick game by itself, and it's still 12 minutes long, and I don't think anyone's attention span is going to hold for longer than that, even if it holds that long. So I'll probably do one a day or one every 2 days. And State of Decay will either I hesitate to say that it'll come during this Overwatch placement series, but it might. I think it really just this comes down to my personal enjoyment of all of that. As for this game itself, I this was the first of the placement matches I did. Um, I was with one friend, SR SRG in Truth. I remember him from his old gamer tag, not that one. And he's pretty much a mainstay in all of these placement videos. He you might hear his voice after Game 5 when I turn on Party Chat recording for a mixer, but you may not, depending on his privacy settings. And I'm not going to try and mess with the footage to put his voice in or anything like that because obviously his privacy is more my concern than the well-being of YouTube, uh, all one YouTube watcher, because I've known him since Black Ops 1. But so the two of us went into this game together. We did it less than 24 hours as of this recording, and we got through all 10 of them. Not right in a row, but this first game turned out really, really well. I can't say anything bad about any of the people on my team because if I did, I'd be lying. They played fantastic. Uh, so many great plays on their part, and we really just took it to this team in this first game. I remember playing this game and not feeling like I was contributing a lot, and somehow I ended up with a lot of, a lot of kills, a lot of gold medals, and I was honestly shocked by that. I don't remember my personal skill level or anything like that going nearly that well, considering how well my team was doing.